Hi and welcome everyone. I've been hearing quite a lot of buzz and watching quite a few YouTubers talking about the excitement building again and working with the Thoth decks. And it prompted me to look through my collection and see actually what I had. Now, what you're looking at here are two thrifted decks. And the small one is a 1986 put out by AG Muller. And this larger one is a 1978 edition. Now, it does come with its cover cards, and it is in really, really good shape. I was quite pleased to grab it. Now, this was from a few years ago, and this was printed in Belgium. And here is the little card that goes with that. And it just talks about Aleister Crowley designed this tarot as illustrations for the Book of Thoth. They were painted by Lady Frieda Harris and are now issued as cards. To use them is to learn. To use them with the delicacy of great art is to embark on the path of initiation. Those interested in the Kabbalistic and astrological attributions of these cards are referred to Aleister Crowley's 777 and the Book of Thoth. It goes on to a little bit more, just that, everybody seems to be wanting to appreciate, again, Lady Frieda Harris's work, and these two decks allow us to do that. So this one was printed in Belgium. And you can see the little copyright down there, 1978 by US Games. So US Games and Muller. Now, what are the differences? Well, here are the backs. And I must say, I prefer the cardstock of this one. And if I compare it to my Rider Waite, you can see that it's quite large. And the other one by Muller is, I guess you would call playing card size, but it's a little bit smaller than my Rider deck. So let's dig in and see how they compare. Well, let's look at the back. You can see right there that one has a white border and the other does not. And I have found in skimming these decks that this one has a deeper, richer color than this one. And the borders on this are the green. And it does give you, down here you can see very faintly the word trumps behind there. And you've got the word fool along with other symbols running through it. But it does have the borders. And this, as I say, is in really, really good shape. This one too, but there was one card missing in here. And this one appears to be a little bit grayer and doesn't have all the information around the outside as far as the border being grayer. But the colors just seem to, for me, be a little bit richer in this one. If you're looking to really dive into the symbology, then the bigger one is probably best. Now, what else can I say? I did purchase also, and this book that I'm going to show you walks me through a lot of the information that I would need if I was delving into this as a practice. It has so much information to share within it. The images at the top are not fantastic. And I got a little bit of a shadow going on here, but we're not going to spend too much time looking at the book. So basically, it's giving you the instinct and the goal, the guiding principle, the light and shadow, and the qualities, as well as some symbols to bring to light when you're looking at the cards. And that book is a 1995 edition, and it hadn't even been touched when I thrifted it as well. So let's take a look at the cards. They're pretty. They're beautiful. It's you just have to find your own adjective with these. Are fools. So you can see right there the golden light between the legs is much brighter and sharper. Now, as I say, there's one problem in this deck, but in order to use it, I must say I just researched this and found out that there were 2 magician cards printed in the smaller deck when it was released. Now, whoever had this deck previous, the tower card was not included, but I was able to take the magician card that was an extra and make it into a tower card for myself just so I could use it. And I didn't do it well, but it was enough to get me going. Now I hope you're able to see all the details there. So you get your number 2s at the top, you get the title at the bottom, but you can, as I say, see the difference in the way the titles are. One is clear and one has the little indication of the word trumps behind it. But that is the High Priestess. And it's not called that in this deck. We've gotten used to calling it that. This is just the Priestess. There is our Empress. I'm not sure how many prefer the larger size. You can let me know when you chat back and forth. This is a particularly nice one, the Hierophant. And I'm trying to allow the colors just to sing for themselves, but I think you can see the difference. I'm quite happy to have the workbook that I showed you because there's so much to learn when studying the Thoth. There's some real sharp angles on some of the images, and then others seem very soft. It's nice, I'm finding as I'm doing this comparison, that the words around it, they're not jarring. You get to see the artwork in all of its glory. This one you can see the saturation quite strong on the right-hand side. I think for me in study, I'll probably start with the larger deck and swing to the smaller one, even though it has an imperfection that's just about here. There it is there. Okay, so this was the extra magician card. Should have been the tower card. Should have looked like that. So I just got a little funky and brought in some bursts like you would see in the tower card with that lightning coming through, and crossed out this. It was just meant to be a working deck. So that is my only problem with this one. And I can work around that. Maybe one day another deck will pop up and I'll finally get the tower card in the small deck. There's quite a difference there in the richness of the 2 characters on either side of this. Quite nice. It would be nice to see these originals one day, to see all the details. So now we're into the discs. Not pentacles on the wording, but discs. So this one is the two of discs, and they indicate the word as change. This has a lot more grayish tones. I get a more feeling, I get the feeling that the one on the right, for me, because of the saturation, brings a little bit more three-dimension to the cards. They look completely different. That's the card of worry. Then we have success. Used to seeing the person doling out the fair share. This one is quite dark in different lights. The window's picking that one up a little bit. So that one is failure, the 7, which is interesting because when I think of the 7 of coins, it's always patience. Prudence. So if you're about to embark on studying the Thoth, the Crowley Tarot, let me know which size you prefer. One you can hold in your hands and shuffle a bit better, or the larger version. This one is really beautiful. So that is our Prince. So we don't have our Page, Knight, Queen, King so much in these as Prince. Okay, I'm going to pause and get this one in order. Okay, hopefully the rest line up properly. So there is our Knight of Discs. I prefer this image over the RWS. This is phenomenal. Here is our Queen. Get some of these cards out of my way at the bottom, might help. So now we're into our swords. This has a much more vastness with the coloring than the one on the left. Kind of like that. Now, when I purchased these, it would not have been for very much money. They were thrifted many years ago. There's our sorrow. This one on the right has more feeling of sorrow. Truce. I think Thoth used to be something that everybody had in their hot little hands were for, their own personal magic or divination. And then RWS came in and made it easier. And now maybe we're ready to really appreciate and enjoy the art and the depth that these cards can bring. The one on the right really has my eye. Interference. cruelty, ruin. So we have our princess, the prince, our knight. Nope, one of them missing. There we go. Got it. I thought something's wrong. Something is not like the other thing. There is our knight. Reminds me of Avatar. And our queen. Okay, so now we are into the wands. And I'm not even going to try to think about it. It's in my head. Should I do a little 3 card at the end? Don't know enough about the system yet. I'd find myself falling back into the RWS meanings. Dominion for the 2 of Wands. This one's quite light. Swiftness. To me, it's a very happy card. I guess it's because of that rainbow there. Reminds me of in the 10 of Cups. This is strength. And for the 10 of Wands, oppression. Okay, we got it right this time. Princess. Prince. And this one go like that. And we got our knights. It's quite powerful. Fiery, yes, but powerful. Our queen. Okay, so we are into the cups. Two of Cups, love. Abundance for the 3 of Cups. This one seems quite light. Okay, then we're into the 4. Luxury. Disappointment with the 5. This one is quite fascinating. Really, really like that one. Big color difference there. Prefer the one on the right for this happiness. 10. Okay, our princess. Very light, airy, young, vibrant. Nice. Okay. The prince. Queen and knight. Let's grab this one here. There's our queen. The reflection in the one on the right stands out better for me. And there is our knight. So I hope that lets you compare some of the older versions that I was able to grab. Give me just a second to organize this. There you go, a nice little display. So, if you're into thrifting, it pays to keep your eyes open. And some of these treasures might just pop up for you. But I'll say, everyone, I hope you're enjoying your day. And we'll catch you back here on Craggy Brook another day. Thanks for watching.